In this video, I am going to give you an overview of the Newsfeed tool, also known as the Announcements tool in Brightspace, so you can decide whether you would like to use this tool or the activity feed to communicate with your students. To get started then, you do want to make sure that the news widget has been added to your homepage. If not, you will want to go back to the homepage layout and system widgets video and make sure that you rewatch that to see how you can add this widget. To start with then, I have changed the name of this widget to announcements. So by default, it comes in as news in our board, but you can change that by styling this widget, so you can give it a custom name if you want, or you can leave it with the default. Now, if we click on the drop-down arrow, there are a whole bunch of things that you can do within here. So you can go to the news tool itself if you want to add items there. You can also start a new news item right here, or reorder the news items as well. You can also decide on some notification settings. So if we click on that, it just takes you into your notifications and you can adjust your notifications from there. Now, the big difference between the news tool and the activity feed is that the news tool is really just a one-way communication system. So you can post information, but you're not going to have the ability for you to comment on it or your students to comment on it. So it really is just for announcements. Let's take a look then. If we click on this drop-down arrow, let's just go into the news tool itself. And then from here, what you can do is create a new item, or in your actions, you can also do some other things as well. So we'll create a new item. Now you do need to give it a headline. So maybe you're going to say today, and this would be your information. And then from here, what you have is your basic HTML editing window. So you can add all kinds of stuff in here. Maybe your instructions go in here. And then from here, maybe you want to, I like the insert stuff button because I go in here and I can insert all of this stuff here into my news item. So I could insert a YouTube video. Now you do have to do a search, but what's really nice here is you can just take the URL from the video and search for that. It'll show you the video. You're going to click on it and then click next. Just double check that you're okay with all the different things there and then hit insert. And so that's going to insert your video right there for you. You can also come in here, insert stuff. So I like the video notes. If you want to make a really quick video note of just yourself explaining something, you can do that here. You can also insert a link or an embed code. So it really is limitless in terms of what you can put within this area. You can also insert an image or insert a link here. The link itself brings you to the quick link menu. So this is very similar to what you would find in the activity feed posts when you go to attach something. And so very similar options that you have here. If you want to check out the activity feed video to see some of those options, I would recommend that you do that. But then you also have all your editing stuff here. I don't want to go through everything because there is a lot within this window. What I like about this though is I can check my spelling, I can check my accessibility. So give that a try because that's going to tell you if there are any accessibility issues detected within your page. I can also preview it if I would like, so I can see what that's going to look like. And then I can set a start date. So if you want to schedule it for a later date, you just come into your start date, change your day and time, and you can also set an end date. So you could remove news items based on an end date, and you could then kind of keep your news feed pretty clean if you wanted to pull some stuff off, say after you finish a unit. You can also add some attachments here. So you can add a file, record audio, record video, and you can also set up release conditions. So if you have different sections, for example, or different groups of students, and you only want a certain group to see that, that can be a really handy thing to have. Now, I'm just going to set this to today so that we can see what this looks like. And I'm going to set this to, yeah, let's go 12 o'clock because I'm only 1 minute away from 12 o'clock anyway. And I'm going to hit publish. And so you'll see that it's scheduled here. It will go to published in a minute. And I can also come to this post now. If I go to the drop-down menu, I can edit it, view it, also delete it from here. And then if I check it off here, I can go to the more options and I can reorder it here. So if you have multiple news posts, you can reorder them so that you can constantly push one up to the top. Unfortunately, you can't pin something to the top in your news feed. So this is a big difference from the activity feed itself. If we go back to our home then, you'll see what this news post looks like. So you can see it here. You can also go to view, edit, or delete from the window here. And then when you're done reading it, you can dismiss it. It doesn't stop it from still being in the news itself, but it gets rid of it off of your home screen. So you can see if we come back in here, I've dismissed it and it's telling me that, but it still is available within here. Now, when we first started, we clicked on the drop-down arrow and we went to the news tool. You can just create new news items straight from here or reorder them straight from here. So if you click on new news item, it's just going to take you back into that editing window again. And then if you go into, if we go back to our course home and go to reorder news items, then we'll be able to change the order. If we had more on here, we could change the order. That's pretty much it then for the news tool. Very, very brief overview of how to use it, how to get started. There are so many possibilities in terms of what you can embed in there and how you can create your news posts. So there is a lot more functionality compared to the activity feed, but you're missing that social aspect to it. Thanks so much for checking out this video, and we'll see you in the next one.